fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And this weekend, they listened to community feedback. And while it's not going to be the same setup of what you're used to, behind me, you can see we have a leaderboard and an SMS, albeit the heroic. So we're going to talk about the value of this weekend's leaderboard and this weekend's heroic SMS and whether you should go after it. Spoiler, I am. So Rev is going to make an effort. Now, there's a couple reasons why I'm going to make an effort, and I really want to know your opinion on whether you are or not. The main reason that I'm making an effort is, honestly, we haven't had something like this in a while, so I have saved up a good bit of material. So I will go after the SMS. Now, we talked about the value or the feeling of lack thereof of the Weyoun SMS before, because it is a heroic. It is really high numbers to reach, with Scopely's logic being that they're giving you 88 shards. The reason we're getting 88 is you're getting 8 Weyoun, and then total from the Legis Decree will be 80. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to get all those in Weyoun. Some people got 0 Weyoun shards in their pulls. Some people got 30 or full pulls. So RNG being a big factor, obviously RNG is going to make people like or dislike it. Hopefully everybody likes the video, but I will understand if you dislike this because it's RNG based on what you're getting. You know, I talked to players in like the 20s and low 30s who loved this setup because they didn't have a lot of officers unlocked, and this gave them a great way to spend their resources and materials that they had saved and then get a lot of officer shards where normally that wouldn't happen. If this was a regular SMS and a regular run, maybe get 20, whatever. So there's positive there. But then I talked like almost everybody in my community level 35 through 45 hated it. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't exceptions out there. There certainly are. And then talking to DJ, a lot of his crowd, DJ's crowd tends to be a little bit more 45 to 55. A lot of those players liked it while also having a little bit of disagreement on who liked it and who didn't. So it's hit or miss. The big thing a lot of people want to know is, will the regular style that we're used to come back, which is a regular leaderboard paired with a regular SMS? And at some point, the answer is yes. I also have been hammering them, as has other content creators, about running an ultra leaderboard. Ultra tokens. No. So far, it's been a big fat no. At some point, it might come, but right now, this is what we have. So because things have been so inconsistent in terms of they've been trying different things, we know why we're trying different things, it makes it a little bit more difficult for the player. Also, the big thing to keep in mind is that because you've saved up, guess what? Everybody else has probably saved up too. So it depends on how far you think you can take it. You're going to want to watch this one. I will say, because it's an XSLB, there are a lot of places for these different servers, but you're going against 2 servers, your own server and then your opponent's server. Now, I guess the benefit is if you manage to place decently, you have a shot of getting some unlocks. But what you're going to see is a lot of this. Players hitting that 4 million mark just to unlock their SMS and then watching. But I will say, if you are looking, this is where you should probably take a time to spend. And because my big thing is, we talk about being efficient, and obviously being efficient means that we want to upgrade during these type of events, which, by the way, if you're watching this video, just a reminder, don't forget to activate an exo comp. I activated my build speed exo comp. Activate that exo comp before you do your upgrade, just to save you some speed ups, everything. So I'll be upgrading several buildings and going through this process. And I think it's important for you as a player to remember that even though your quest is to be as efficient with your materials as possible and with your resources as possible, what you have to understand is at the end of the day, you don't want to get stuck if you're ready to upgrade. Never feel pressured by the game that you have to upgrade, because let me just go ahead and tell you, you don't. You do not have to upgrade at any given time. You are not forced. Twisted arm. If you are level 35 and you're not done, be the best level 35. The best thing that you can do in Star Trek Fleet Command is to be the best player at your level. Stop chasing this phantom idea of level 60. There's nothing there. There's no end game. There's no cool dungeons to go run. There's no great raids to do at level 60. There's not this amazing in-game content for PvP. Nothing there. So focus on being the best that you can be at your level. Then you're going to be happier. Happy, a very relative statement, hence the crickets. But I do think that you'll enjoy the game more. So with that in mind, I would encourage you to look at this XSLB and this SMS as an opportunity to start working on leveling up. For me, my goal is I'm going to go to level 45 or start the level 45 process, which means I've got to upgrade a lot. So because I've got to upgrade a lot, because I want to be level 46 by December so I can get that pylum, new ship, get the Katinga in November, and hopefully the pylum in December. We hope. So because of that, I need to move fast, which means this is an opportunity for me to spend a lot of these materials I've been saving on this leaderboard. If you can plan things like that, you should go ahead and do that. You should take the opportunity to level up. If you have not planned something like that, or you're not necessarily ready, then maybe just finish the SMS. But this is a rare opportunity based on how the past 2-3 months have run for you to actually be able to get a definite return for your investment. And with the marks being so high, this is, I guess, blow the proverbial wad. You know, phrasing, I know phrasing going to be important there. And I'm doing this while we're on the video, just because to show you that I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing myself. Like, I am showing you that this is not like some secret Scopely shill thing where they said, hey, Rev, if you go secretly tell them to spend, we'll give you a cookie. I'm not giving me any cookies for this. This is just letting you know that sometimes, even though we want to be as efficient as a player as possible, it's not always great to be the most efficient. Sometimes if you're ready to move and you have a goal, it's great to work towards that goal and take the opportunities presented, because this game does not always give you player-friendly opportunities. It just doesn't. It's not meant to be mean to you, Scope. It's just factual. Sometimes it just doesn't feel like you love everything the players want to do. So I'm going to spin on this. Now, I will, and I really want feedback on this. And we've talked about this a lot on Twitch. We talked about it recently here when we talked about the SMS, you know, this last time this ran last week. And I want your opinion on not only the SMS, but the XSLBs. I want the traditional SLB SMS format to return. I don't really like fighting another server. I don't really like going against hundreds of other players. And I think feedback can help direct that. Obviously, another thing that they're going to look at is the almighty dollar, because every gaming company does. And I think we'd be silly to just ignore that and act like that's unrealistic. Obviously, as a company, they have to see that and work around that. So me as a player, I'm going to get feedback of what the players say and hopefully get back to an original format, as well as opening up other ideas. And this is an opportunity I want to open up community sourcing here. Now, keep in mind that you can't just shoot ideas that are worthless monetarily. The reason I say that is it's easy, and I've said this before, it's really easy, in my opinion, to come up with great ideas for a game. It's not easy, though, to come up with great ideas for game makers. And that's where you have to find that bridge. And that's something that's been something I've had to learn over the past 3.5-4 years, working with not only Scopely, but NetEase and other game companies that I've gotten to, you know, talk with and work hand in hand with. That there's a lot of things that have to get approved in man hours and meetings, and it's annoying, but there's this idea almost that creating a game is like just a whole bunch of nerds sitting there having fun. That's sadly not how it is. I wish this is how it is, but it's not. So if we can come up with ways that give us variance, I think that's the biggest thing, because we all did get burned out on leaderboards. I did. Oh, I believe y'all got burned out on leaderboards like I did. I got burned out on doing leaderboards, and to the point I just stopped doing leaderboards. Obviously, we don't want to create burnout in players, because that hurts Scopely and us. So if we had other things to do, like ultra recruits, but also what if we had a different form to unlock officers that still incentivize active play for players and then other play as well? So I'm going to upgrade my docks now, actually take them up to 44. Look at all this stuff I'm spending. Actually, that's the auger dock. I need to go get one of these 4-star docks upgraded. Look at this pretty Katinga. Have y'all ever seen a ship as pretty as this Katinga? You haven't. And if somebody says it looks like a Bortus, I'm going to punch you. I'm not going to do that, because that would be assault. But anyway, yes, there's value in this weekend. And I do have to say a level of thank you to Star Trek Fleet Command for combining heroic SMS with an actual leaderboard. This gives you a chance to earn an officer that you did not have last week or last month, that you weren't able to get necessarily. And now you're also getting the heroic SMS. So what you did last week now is a lot more valuable. And even if you do the bare minimum, you're probably still going to end up being in that top 100 for your leaderboard by the end of the 2 days. If you go for the top of that leaderboard, you're going to end up with 2 epic officers potentially out of it. Really curious to see what everybody's pulls end up being from this. But again, let me know what you think about this, and jump into our Discord. We've got a feedback room for this arc that we do present to the devs following the month. So let me know what you think, if it has any value to you, and if you're going after it. You're going to see me be level 45 this week. So what do you think about that? Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. And hopefully we can make this game even better.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.